Hey, what is going on, guys? So today I am going to be showing you guys how to prep your car or truck for a wrap. Now this doesn't apply to everybody because somebody actually already primered the truck pretty badly. So I'm basically prepping the truck like as if you got a shitty car or truck from OfferUp or Craigslist, and they just did a shit primer job on it. If your car has like original paint, it's all good. You don't have to really go into this much depth as I did. But if you got like a shit car, or maybe you just primered it yourself and you're like, I don't want to spend the money to paint it, I'd rather wrap it, this is going to be for you guys. So I originally had this, I had a different intro, but then I just saw a video of one of the guys that wrapped the Eliminate. I really don't follow Eliminate, but I was watching the CK Wraps YouTube channel, and this came up in the suggested videos. And it was the guy that wrapped one of the guy's S13s, that red metallic color. And I'm not talking shit about the guy, since the guy said he is not a body guy. All he does is wraps cars and stuff. So he did a decent job of the wrap, but because it wasn't prepped good, it honestly looked bad. I didn't like it. All the comments, you could see a lot of comments in there that also say the same thing. I'll show you guys a clip of what I'm talking about.
So I did what I could. If you look on the side, you can kind of still see some ripples and stuff like that, and little holes and low spots, but it's not as bad as if I didn't do it at all. Here on this door, I used some of that JB Weld putty, but of course there's still the divide there. But at least now it won't flop around anymore on him. And the wrap will hold it in place from the top, and the JB Weld stuff will hold it in place from the back. So that's as fixed as it can be. If you really want to fix that, you got to go to the junkyard and find a door handle. But here, if he goes and gets a real body shop done to smooth all this out for him, I would love to rewrap this thing when he wants to go full show car mode. But right now it's just drift car, and in my opinion this is a damn good looking drift car. Okay, so hands down, it's still pretty fly to drift this thing. So
you can see in the clips all the like wrinkles in the vinyl, the orange peel, the bad sanding jobs. I mean, it looks good from far away, but up close it didn't look that great. And that's why I'm doing everything I'm doing to make sure it doesn't look like that. So it has taken me a long time to prep this car, because I do work 5 to 6, 7 days a week sometimes, and I do have a family. I do have a son, so I don't really have all the spare time I wish I had. And also I got the 4x4 fenders, so this added more work, and not really more work, but I would have been done with the fenders by now. So I'm pretty much done prepping those, just that one spot, but you'll see in the video. So I mean, all you really need to know is so as far as the materials go, is that you're gonna need like a sander, not a sander, but a sanding brick. If you can get a bigger one, I would suggest that. A crap ton of 80 grit for sanding down the Bondo, finishing filler putty. That's what that is on that fender. You're gonna need a self-etching primer and a filler primer, or just primer, whatever primer you want. I have a crap ton of different grit sandpaper. I have 400, 320, 180, 800, 1000, 1500, 2000, 320. So 220, I actually even have 220 in here. If you can get an orbital sander, that'll really help, or just get the attachment I use for my for this to take off the stripes, since I did not want that showing out under the vinyl. And I mean, that's pretty much it. To be 100% honest, I basically prepped the car good enough to paint. That's basically what I'm doing. So I don't like that spot. I'm probably gonna have to. Damn, I'm gonna have to fill that up too. Alright, well. Yeah, so I'm pretty much done. I actually already started wrapping the truck, but I'm going over some spots I didn't like that. and some spots up here that I still need to do. But yeah, just watch the video. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hey, what is going on, guys? I know I have not recorded anything in a while. I've been pretty busy prepping the truck for the wrap. So if you follow me on Instagram, you already know I got the wrap. I already picked out the color. I just got it in a couple days ago. So I already started on the passenger side. So I'm prepping the car for the wrap. Vinyls in the back. So I removed the passenger side door panel. I started sanding all this. I also removed the lock since I had to replace it since the dumbass fucking, I guess the key that he gave me didn't work for the lock, so I got new locks. So I took that. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can do this. Alright, so I put the line on. So yeah, I took off the door panels. I'll show you how to do that. I took off this trim, so it's the top trim. I still haven't figured out how to take out the bottom trim yet, so I'm kind of working on that. But the doors are pretty easy. The handles are pretty easy once you get to it. Fender's off. This is all off. I cleaned it all up. I started prepping it for the wrap, so just trying to get it all smooth and stuff. Basically, if your car's not fucking primered shittily like mine was, you won't have to do all this. But I'm basically almost prepping it for paint, and I also need to fill out like some of these holes right here. And this is pretty much loose already, so just gotta pop it out real quick. More than likely I'm not gonna wrap this till a while. I actually might look for a new one. So I gotta fix all this shit. And I'm gonna start sanding these stripes down since I don't want that to show up in the wrap. And then I got one of these at Home Depot. I think it was like $12, and it comes with like a pack, so it just goes on the tip of the like a drill bit, basically, or a drill. And I got that, and I finished the passenger side with that pretty easily. I did this one, but I also started filling in all the holes and stuff. And this is pretty bad right here, so I put Bondo in there. And it's basically I'm starting to almost prep it for paint. But so I'm gonna start sanding these little, whatever the hell they're called, sides decal stickers. I couldn't take them off. The best method I had was getting like WD-40 and 80 grit, and like it would basically clog up the sandpaper and just kind of scrape it off that way. But that took a really long time. This is a lot faster. Or if you want to go ahead and do the angle grinder with the sanding disc, but you don't have to Bondo this whole shit. So I'm gonna do a time lapse, and I'll show you guys me doing all that. Alright, so I finished sanding all the stripe away, and then I used some Krylon self-etching primer to cover up the bare metal. If you notice, I did have some Bondo, pretty thick layer of Bondo right here and right here. So I'm gonna have to sand this all pretty much away and re-Bondo it myself. Over here too, it's kind of gross. So I need to pretty much prep the bed and weld these up, the holes, because I don't really like them. Probably put some more Bondo right here, like a weird little bump. And there was also a good amount of Bondo right here too. So I'm gonna apply some Bondo pretty much along most of the edge. More on the bed. I really like the way right here. I'm gonna put a good amount of Bondo right here. Nah, actually I might just sand it by hand. Not by hand, but I'll just sand it down to see if I can get to a smoother edge. And then maybe apply a very thin layer of Bondo. But I'm gonna do all that off camera because it's very boring. And I'm not really great with Bondo. I've only used it twice, so I'll give you an update when all this is pretty much prepped and good to go. I don't know where the hell I left off, but yeah, I started applying Bondo onto spots that had like bumps and stuff. So there's that. I got a pretty good one. Pretty big, decent bump right there. I should have hit it out, but I'm pretty lazy. So There's a big ass one right there too, but I'll get that little stripe off. I'm just applying the Bondo, and I'm also gonna start taking off the panel. I already did it on that side, so let's start on this side. First thing you want to do is remove your speakers, usually held by some Phillips. Next thing you want to do is remove this, another Phillips. Oh, put that on the stand. So I remember from last time that there was 2 screws that hold in this handle. So if you move the panel to the side and unscrew them, this should just basically kind of like fold in that little hole to make it easy to just slip off. Next we're gonna want to remove the side mirror. So just these 3 screws. And then from there, you're gonna want to pop off. You can just pull this off. It's not that hard. This is a little more harder, but you just move it off from this corner. It's like a little metal clip on it. So let me just remove this real quick, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so to pull this part up, you're just gonna you're gonna have to remove this metal clip up with the flathead screwdriver. It's gonna be kind of hard to pull up, but once this should be easy just to pull out. Just be careful trying to break anything. This sucks. I hate doing this. It feels like it's gonna fall apart since it's so old. Let me put you over here. That's out. Something's broken. Now we're gonna wanna move all this. It's not that hard. Just pull basically. Alright, so I'm done. You actually don't have to pull everything out. You can though. It is probably gonna be a huge pain in the ass putting it back in, since it's gonna be, it goes pretty much all the way down there. I actually did that on that side, so that's why the window is closed on this side, because I pulled it all the way out. I'm not gonna do it on this side. So the main reason you want to do this is to get the wrap actually in here. So I'm gonna fold the wrap in here, all one piece, get in here. And then you're also gonna want to remove the door handle. I'm actually gonna paint these later, but but there's just 2 screws to get to the door handle. Yeah, you can't see it because the window's up. Sorry, down, but yeah, there's 2 screws. You can see it on this side. They are right there. So there's one. Sorry, so there's one. And there's another one. Well, you get the idea. Yeah, you just take those 2. Handle pops out. I'm also gonna replace my key lock, since I didn't fucking get any with this car. Well, I mean, he did. They were technically door locks, but he didn't have the key for it, so I'm gonna do that. Probably prep the body a lot more, and then we're gonna just primer this and wet sand everything. I'm sorry I didn't show you guys me bondoing this, but I'm honestly not that. I'm not good at body work. This is my first real attempt to do body work. So I just used generic Bondo 80 grit sandpaper to like scrape it off, and then 120 to smooth it out. And then I have some, what the hell is it called? Some putty, masking putty, glazing putty that I'm gonna put over all this when I'm done. I didn't want in a shit ton of different grit sandpaper. I just didn't want to show you, have like fucking 3 hours of footage of me just sanding stuff down, because it's honestly very boring and very annoying, and I just don't want to record that stuff. So I might do like maybe a couple seconds of it, but it's honestly very boring. You just slap it on, let it dry, just fucking sand it, I guess. Crisscross pattern like this with the block. Yes, you're supposed to use a bigger block. I don't even know why I'm going this far to fucking just to wrap over it. I mean, but I like to put effort into my cars, so to make them look half decent. So, and I also don't like half-ass things, so I'm actually trying. But at this point, it kind of would have been cheaper just to paint it, to be 100% honest. But I want to wrap it myself. I want to do, I want to try something new, because I've never wrapped it. And the cool thing about this is that if I want to change it to another color, I just peel it off, wrap it another color. But sorry for the rant, but I'll give you guys an update when I hopefully am ready to start wrapping the car. So I don't remember exactly where I last left off, but I got the other side all bondoed up. I'm working on this side now. So like I said, I don't even remember where the hell I last left off, but I've just been bondoing it and wet sanding it. So this is all, no, actually no, I still haven't wet sanded this side. I wet sanded the other side. Oh, I don't think I have any. Yeah, so I pretty much have that side all ready and good to go. I haven't put the filler or the finishing putty, the glazing putty on the other side. It's pretty much good to go. The other side's pretty much good to go. I just need a wet sand and primer to the other spots. So I've just been using this primer, the self-etching primer, to prime like the spots I sanded down to bare metal, like right here, or pretty much all this. All this is a etching primer. And then I just go over it with the Bondo, where it had like pretty big scratches, whatever you want, divots. And then I got the go over it with the glazing putty, and then put the primer, put a couple layers of that, and then sand it down. I just didn't want to make a long video doing that because that's very boring stuff, and I didn't want to do that. So a couple things happened during this whole process. I was originally gonna weld these shut, but I'm really tired of this, like working on this, but doing all this body stuff. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm probably gonna look for something that's wide enough, like that you know, those little pieces of plastic that the newer trucks usually come with. I'm gonna look for something that fits, cut it, and do that for this and this, or maybe and probably get like a little top that covers this whole thing. So I'm not really gonna spend any more time on this. I'm just gonna sand this. So when I sand it, usually use a nicer sanding block. I have a longer one I just left at the shop, so I'm gonna start sanding. I'm gonna use, this is 80 grit. I tried it with 120 grit and it didn't work all that great, so I'm gonna try it with the 80 grit, and then clean it, let it dry, and then put some of the glazing putty, and hopefully it should be done soon. I mean, not soon, but start wet sanding the whole thing. So get to it. Hey, what is going on, guys? I already finished wet sanding most of the car, well, the truck, sorry. But yeah, this is all smooth. It feels like glass. I still need to wipe it off again. Probably to go over the top in a couple spots, like right here. Feels really smooth right here, and over here it feels pretty hard. So I still need to go over that again. I'm pretty much finishing these parts up. So that, and had to go over these spots a couple more times. So I think I've sanded this maybe 4 or 5 times already, but honestly, I'd rather have it come out to the way I like it versus me hating it and wanting to start all over again. So I actually already started wrapping the car. Well, this door right here, I'm not going to show you, but this door I already started wrapping it, so it's coming along pretty good. One thing I'm going to tell you guys right now is that every little bump you didn't fill over is visible. So I didn't really notice. I guess it has like a hit, so like this, it was hit right here pretty good, but let's say with like this, I didn't fill it out that good. It's gonna show, like it's gonna be very clear that there's a bump there. So looking at this, there's also a bump right here. You can kind of see the shadow right there. So since it's a shiny wrap, you're gonna see it right here. You'll see like the indent since it has like a metallic flake in the wrap. So I'm probably gonna go over most of the car again, sorry, the truck, and see the parts I really don't like, because it is very, like I said, it is gonna show. So I've actually taken the windshield off on and off a couple times since, I don't know if it's been on the news, but it's been hailing a lot in Texas, and actually 2 people died, I believe, in a tornado last week. I don't think it was in Texas. It might have been in Louisiana or Oklahoma or somewhere in Texas. I don't know. But yeah, so I've had to put it on and throw it outside since it's been raining like crazy. The Dallas Love Field airport also got flooded, so I'd rather put my wife's Lexus in here, take this out, than leave this in here and leave the Lexus out. So that's what I've been doing. So I'm gonna show you guys how to take this off. I haven't taken the rear light off, but it looks like a Torx or a Penelope, maybe a T25, I don't know. But yeah, you're gonna have to take this off and sand behind there. So I'm gonna show you guys how to take the windshield off. It's actually not that hard. Mine has no adhesive, so maybe that might be it, but it's basically almost the same concept as pulling this stuff off. I don't want to show you guys, but the color, I hope I didn't show it there. But it's almost the same as taking off the trim for the window. Yeah, the window trim on the actual door. You just kind of like pull up here. So it's all done. It wasn't that hard. Yeah, just definitely start off at the corners, move your way up, corner it down, and then you can just slide it out that way or whichever way. But yeah, definitely start on the upper corner. Do not start on the lower one because it just won't. It's just hard. It's just easier to do it this way, trust me. So I had no adhesive, so that's why it was also easier. And then I'm just gonna go back here, take this off, sand it all down, and get it ready. I thought it would have been ready by the weekend, but I just saw this, and I don't like the way this door came out. The passenger side door came out because of the big dents. So I need to do that. I also need to finish these. I want this truck to look decent. So I'm not trying to half-ass. I am half-assing it. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want it to look that bad. So finish that. Wet sand this again because some spots didn't come out that great. Most of it came out pretty good, but just some specific spots I didn't like. So yeah, there's more bumps right here that I'm looking at right there. I mean, if you don't want to go the extra mile, that's on you, but this is my truck, so I'm trying to make it look as nice as I can. So I'm not gonna go over how to take off the bed, but it's not that hard. It's just 4 bolts, and then lift up with your engine hoist. Or hopefully you have somebody else to help you. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do that in the next video when I start wrapping it. So we're almost at 500 subscribers, so I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel for all the build progress. I am very, very, very close to almost finishing up the turbo kit. I just need the ECU, and I'm gonna try to get Subaru side feed injector since my truck is OBD2. But that's pretty much it. I got all the lines. I also need to fab up a couple things here and there, but it's pretty much good to go. I'm just waiting on more money. It's like $500 worth of parts left, and I'm done. So that's gonna be it. Please subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year, but I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Thank you guys.